kind of like they say, don't fix it if it's not broken. So let's say you break a plate, right? You're like, oh, I still want to use the plate and I don't want to get rid of it. But I'm sorry, I broke the plate. And it's like, great, you're sorry, but I'm it's already broken, so I'm just you can't really use a broken plate.
Okay.
Whereas with black women and their not the need for the wigs, but the use of the wigs and not feeling like we're technically receiving the love from black men or women in this case
Whomever.
in our natural state, I think that comes a lot from the whole stigma of interracial relationships, the women of who are not of color that either try to mimic or make us feel like it's we're at a low point for wanting to be natural. I see a lot of people now that like I love when I see black women with dreads. I just know that
So do
me
we.
myself,
Yeah.
I'm not ready for the ugly stage. I'm
There
it's
is
an
no ugly
aesthetic that I'm
stage.
trying to meet.
Oh, yeah.
And
Is it ugly in your mind?
in my mind, it's an ugly stage just because hair has always been a big thing.
Why?
One of the things that I remember growing up was we had to make sure our hair was in tip-top shape wherever you go. You don't want to go outside looking a certain way
Where'd you
because
get this
people talk.
Where'd you get this idea from, or this thought process from?
So I probably got it from my family just because, you know, as a black girl, you're born into having the perms, the flat irons, the hot combs, the
Right.
ponytails and ball barrettes and things like that. So growing up, it was always like you had to have your hair suitable so that nobody's looking at you crazy.
Presentable, right?
Yeah.
As a little black girl, right? I have sisters. I have 2 daughters. My wife's black. My girlfriends were black. So I understand. My mother's black, of course. I understand the black female struggle with hair.
Yeah.
But I don't, up until a certain point, remember when I was a child seeing wigs the way I do now. I can remember my mother and sisters putting their hair up at night, putting the rollers on, or getting up early, doing what they got to do to make sure it looks great.
Yeah.
And you know, and like I said on the previous one, they looked great and they took pride in their hair. They got up early to get it going. And don't touch my hair, of course. And of course you ain't getting in the pool. But the hair was a big thing for black women. It seems like now the younger generation, and like I said before, no, I'm not trying to start any kind of argument, but it seems like the discipline isn't there anymore, or the effort isn't there anymore, or you just don't care to make an effort anymore, like the women from my generation and you know, the ones before. And I'm just wondering why. Why, to be blunt, the laziness about the hair?
I mean, I could agree with you there when you say there's not the effort or the attentiveness there just because, like you said, we're not waking up at 5, 4, 3 in the morning to make sure that our hair is prepped. And I mean, our natural hair.